You mentioned Hill's activity earlier. You see C.J. Herbert getting to it. Nice long-range jumper there by Herbert. We'll talk about him in a moment. But Hill got to give a shout out to his high school coach, Jason Piercy at Middle Tennessee Christian School. They had a deep run into the TSSAA playoffs last year, made it to the state tournament, to the House of Glass, as they call it, Middle Tennessee State. And I know the Hill's going to be a big part of what Coach Piercy's going to want from his team this year.
There's he splashes that one. Aru with the hand in face, doesn't matter. Hill with the splash. That's an easy layup drill there for number 2, D'Allen Bailey. Starkville High School attendee.
Glad to see Des Simpson back in the building. You see him 24, point guard on the perimeter.
Tyler Hayes splashes the triple there. Yes, Simpson, a Coach Hemi fixture here, continuing to come here each year and work to get better. Hayes with the silky smooth jump shot, helping his team's cause, making it 16-11. Both teams shooting with precision. This time is Mason Winningham.
What I appreciated about that sequence is you see Simpson knock down the jumper. Winningham hits that jumper, immediately points over to Aru. Aru points back to him. You know, just good, being a good teammate right there. You know, acknowledging the pass.
As Aru.
It was like, you didn't have to do all that.
Aru said, look, I don't mind. I'm all for the contact, but Aru said there's got to be some context there, man. There's some boundaries there as the big fella heads to the free throw line. But yeah, Hemi, agree, man. Just the body language, just the working together. You know, you look at a guy like Steve Nash, and I don't know how they tracked the homework, but they did it. They said he averaged 239 positive touches with his teammate during the course of a game. Now, whether that's embellished or not, the reality of it is I can believe that with Steve Nash. He was always patting somebody on the head, giving a guy an attaboy, and that type of stuff goes a long way when you talk about energy and getting things done.
Lots of positive energy coming from Kine Aru, 2018 6'5" post player. This young man, several buckets. Him and Zay Kern and D'Allen Bailey have their team out to a 6-point lead.
Aru definitely playing like he's at home and protecting his court as such. He'll get a breather, 16-22 is your score. Tell you what, Hamilton is not afraid to mix things up. He has been attacking the heart of the defense, looking to draw fouls and finish.
Yeah, I like Hamilton's aggressiveness.
And I got to be honest, I give Hamilton credit, man, because you know, Hemi, it's so funny in basketball, we always talk about the airport test and we joke. It's my first time seeing a guy come out in shorts with windbreaker material and go to work. Hey, I got to be honest, Hamilton is, you know, I looked at the airport test. I said, okay, this youngster's out here to work. And Hamilton is out here showing you, man, that doesn't have to be mesh, doesn't have to be the normal material. A guy can't get buckets and windbreakers.
I like the style, man. I mean, you know, the guys these days, James Harden, you know, bringing back the short shorts. It's the way to be now.
At the end of the day, you got to be yourself. You do you. Who cares what you got on?
It only looks good when you play well, and right now,
plain and simple.
It looks very good.
Are you saying he's going to create a fad? With the way he's playing right now, you might see a couple other guys.
Hey, if he has Lead Academy come out with all of that material this year, and they win a state championship, well, there you go.
Exactly. Mission accomplished. Bucket scored inside. That'll make it 26-18. It's an 8-point advantage for Team 1.
C.J. Herbert with the jump hook on the interior. Like Herbert's game, he's a local kid out of Mount Juliet. Goes to Nashville Christian. Sharpshooter. And look at him, he's getting getting loose balls, finishing on the interior. CJ playing his role very well.
Herbert makes it 18-28, 10-point advantage. One bounces around, won't fall. Rebound pulled down by Zay Kern. Kern loses the handle momentarily. Herbert.
CJ. Oh, good move. Couldn't get it to fall, though.
Simpson hesitates. And the turnover. Simpson turns it over there, but you see the gradual progress he's been able to make each year. More comfortable with the ball. You saw him knock down the jumper, hand and face a couple possessions ago. Just a little bit more wherewithal out there on the floor as he's put in more work.
He's definitely been putting in work, Marcus, excuse me. Been working with this high school coach, Coach Reggie Tucker out of the Cleveland, Tennessee area. And as he grows and as he develops, his production continues to increase. Nice shot.
Hazel Eddings. Talked about him knocking down the mid-range on the catch and shoot minutes ago. Here shooting like he's on his home floor as well. Here at Wilson Central, good 4 feet behind the line. He's almost playing volleyball. He takes a couple more steps back. Second half is underway. Doesn't take us long to get our first points of the second installment. Young CJ Herbert, the Mount Juliet, Tennessee native, puts us on the board and makes it a 23-point contest there with that triple. Pass inside to Hamilton. Hamilton trying to reverse. And he will go to the free throw line. Hamilton scores the 1-for-2 free throw opportunity. Here in the camp setting, you get fouled on a shooting foul. You go to the line. If you make that one free throw, you get 2 points. You miss it, you guessed it, you get 0. It's made to where there is some penalty for fouling a player in the act of shooting, but you don't spend too much time shooting free throws. For evaluation purposes, you want to see these players get up and down, get better in the process. So a good way to do it. Nice little split. And the finish. Like in the mid-range game that I'm seeing so far from Azel Eddings. Sorry, Hazel Eddings. Hazel's first bucket was catch and shoot mid-range there. Showed a little bit of wiggle to be able to create that last mid-range opportunity, splitting through 2 defenders as they try to position themselves for that ball screen. Shows great confidence with the mid-range J. Good rebound by Hill. Trip to the line coming for Zay Kern. Eddings working baseline, now kicks it out to Hill. Take by Hamilton. Nobody has attacked the paint more than Hamilton here so far. He's had some empty trips, some trips to the line, some buckets. Like his intensity. one of the shorter players here, but does a great job using his body and really positioning himself to be able to take some contact. And we've got a nice little battle going on between he and Zay Kern. Like when guys take defending personal in a good way. You want to be focused and level-headed, but you also want to take pride in defending, especially in a camp setting where defense can sometimes be thrown to the wayside. Not necessarily at the Coach Hemi camps, but just overall. Eddings short on the jumper. Hamilton trying to save it. Move by C.J. Herbert. He continues to impress. Both outside and inside. We take a look at how he started the second half. Now that's way too much space. They say hand down, man down. I haven't figured one out for when there's nobody around the guy. Got to figure out something that rhymes when it comes to that. For now, we'll just say C.J. Herbert canning the open triple. There to start the second half. And he got the bucket on the inside. Three-pointer off the mark, rebound by C.J. Herbert. Hill going to try to get his first three-point make of the second half. No good. Rebound cleared out of there by Herbert. It will stay with Team 1. Levi no good on the hook, tries to thread the needle, and Hamilton was not having it. That's the same way we started the second half, and Herbert gets his second triple of the second half there in transition. Makes it 31-57.
Herbert's a kid that we saw back during the spring at the spring showcase. You know, caught our attention as a kid that, you know, good skill, good hustle player, but he's really showing himself to be a more polished player than what we remember even back during March. You know, the jumper coming out really smooth, high follow through. And look at this. Still the patented take the charge. Matter of fact, if I remember right, he often brags on social media about you know, how many charges he takes during the game.
Sets up and takes that one. Obviously, both feet set. So defending like that, he's made it a habit. We're going to have a Rue headed to the free throw line now. Hamilton loses his footing, but still able to get it to a teammate. Hamilton fearless, but Aru knocking that one away. 3 defenders around him. Move and finish off the glass for Aru.
Big fella out here doing work.
Plain and simple. Made it obvious that he'd be a problem there in the opening minutes. Problem that has not been solved here as we approach the 4-minute mark. CJ Herbert putting together a nice game. We take a look at him here in transition a couple minutes ago. Over there by himself. Got a Coach Hemi sign and an empty seat there at the end of the bench. By the time the defender runs out there, it's way too late.
Even down 40, man, he's still competing. You got to love it.
Hey, he's a competitor. Much respect. That will do it for this one. Game 1 in the books here for the boys division at the Coach Hemi Showcase. We'll be back with more action here from Middle Tennessee.